Good afternoon, dear students. Today's lesson is about a future profession, professional competence. So let's talk about our lesson. To start with, choosing future profession is one of the most important decisions in our life, yes? A person faces almost half of her or his life at work. And there's a lot of interesting in the use of professions, and it's not an easy task to choose the right one. So a doctor must be a qualified specialist because he is responsible for people's life, yes, and his aim is to diagnose and institute therapy correctly. This profession requires the courage, the necessity for a single correct solution. The doctor examines human body, fights with diseases, improves health of people, and prolongs their life. Certainly, to become a professional, I have to make efforts and first of all get a high education and then improve our skills. This profession, be a doctor, yes, requires a big responsibility, so people who want to be a doctor have to be reliable and kind-hearted. I think that I have such a traits of character, and there is no one on the earth who doesn't need a doctor, so that's why this profession is demanded, noble, and valued. This profession has a lot of advantages. Being a doctor, you can take care of my family, yes. When you become a doctor, you learn something new every day, and because the human body is full of astonishing facts. You will never get bored working as a doctor because a doctor always faces challenging situations. There are so many complicated things that the doctor have achieved. Nowadays, there is a huge progress in the medical field. Using new technologies, doctors found cure for cancer and conduct unique surgeries. I think that if you find future doctors and have big perspectives in the fight with dangerous and incurable disease. Medicine is a very wide area, and for the first moment, to be a doctor of ultrasound diagnosis. So, So everyone in the world should make a very important choice of this life, yes. He must choose professions. Choosing your future profession is not a simple matter, and doing it, you should take into account three main things: your abilities, your desire, and the needs of your society. There are many institutes, universities, and the colleagues. Our society needs well-educated people, but it is not an easy thing to choose professions out of more than 2,000 existing in the world, because all is very interesting and useful. Everyone must choose the occupation in which he or she can best develop one's own talent and abilities. So, plans for the future is a problem, and that worries not only me but my friends, classmates, also parents and teachers, yes. And the reason is that at the age of 17 we have to make a very important choice in our life, the choice of our profession. On the one hand, I'm adult enough to have an opinion about what I'm interested in and what I'm good at. On the other hand, at this age we lack life experience, and our desires sometimes don't coincide with our possibilities. That's why it's very important to have somebody to give us a piece of advice. Such people are our parents, teachers, and friends. As for me, I want to be an economist, yes. I love to read books of economics, research, articles, and analyze them. Nowadays, this profession has become one of the most useful, modern, and interesting. Also, we want to study economics. It's very interesting in current economic process. both in our country and in other countries. It is not a secret that our country, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Belarus, Russia is now through difficult periods of time. That's why it's very important for our country to have efficient economies to raise our economy at a high level. About banking, about activities of banks. Banks, being a major financial institutions, functions, develop and influence the economy. Central banks control the money supply and fix the minimum interest rate. They also act as lender of last resort to commercial banks with liquidity problems, issue coins and banknotes, and supervise the banking system. Commercial banks are businesses that trade in money. They receive and hold deposits in current and savings accounts, pay money according to customers' instructions, lend money and offer investment advice, foreign exchange facilities, and so on. Structure of the bank. Structure of the bank, this is a very large system of interaction. There are several departments: the operating department, cash transactions, the credit department, working with securities, foreign exchange department, financial monitoring, accounting section, and the sales departments. Operations department, work teller, accountant, expert serving individuals are as follows: registration and issuance of deposits, interest on deposits, and receipt and the delivery of remittances, the opening of current accounts by individuals, work with bank cards, registration of various payments and other transactions undertaken by the bank with individuals. Operations department, work teller, accountant, expert service entitles are as follows: receiving and checking accounting documents of legal entitles and the transactions on the accountant with the bank, receiving from companies and organizations to issue money orders and the cash payment for your cash transactions on corporate plastic cards and other operations that associated with bank accounts, legal entitles in the bank. Also, employees of the department are preparing and sending all payments made by the bank's customers throughout the trading day. Prepare answers to the demands of the regulatory authorities that are relevant to customer accounts, as well as to execute the order to the relevant departments of the bank settlement and current accounts of customers. Credit department. Working in the bank in the credit department is not just credit and a complex process that involves several steps. Each step is accompanied by an economist, loan officer, or loan officer. Depending on the volume of transactions at all stages of one or group of clients accompanied by specialists, or each step accompanied by a separate expert. Negotiations with a potential client, the assessment of its creditworthiness and of solvency, paperwork for the assurance of credit, support of extended credit. So, foreign exchange department. All operations of the bank in foreign currency carried out by experts of foreign exchange department. Their transactions, their functions include inter alia, an analysis to changes in foreign currency for the purpose of establishing rates of foreign exchange operations of the bank. One of the activities is the direction of foreign exchange department of international relations. One of the important tasks of professional foreign exchange department of the bank is the implementation of exchange controls. Law department. This department is staffed with experts who have only law education. The lawyer of the bank must be generalist in the field. This is concerned with a variety of areas of banking. This requires a good knowledge of the banking law, tax law, bankruptcy law, civil litigation, and many of the bank's lawyers have a second degree in economics. Sales department. So here is a manager in various versions: manager, customer service, manager, customer acquisition, and etc. Their goal is to attract new customers and retain old ones. Sales staff in every possible way to collect, contact potential customers, organize various promotions, presentations, call up potential customers, in other words. Do all that in a highly competitive environment with other banks to attract maximum number of customers in the bank and keep them there. It should be noted that bank workers must know English. Let's say hope that all the good economists and like many other people would like to spend a year abroad working as economists, and it would give an opportunity to borrow the experience and to see the world. So we will do everything to become a good economist and ensure we never get recognition to follow this career. Some facts about professions. All professions and occupations are divided into 5 types according to the character of work: man-man, man-machines, man-symbols, man-objects of art, and the man-nature. Social polls say that the most popular reasons of choosing these odds at occupation are prestigiousness, high salary, interesting work, good working conditions, and the availability of training, and the last place takes the advice of parents or friends. So, psychologists say that preferring a child's toy shows his abilities in the future profession. Is it true? If a child prefers to play with puzzles, cubes, his future mathematician, a programmer, a system administrator, or architect. If he usually plays with soldiers, he is a future leader. If he usually plays with cars, he won't be leader, he will choose profession of a worker. If a child prefers to play with soft toys, it means has humanitarian abilities. He will become a journalist, social worker, or he will study languages. If his family favorite toy is a dinosaurs, he will be good at biology, chemistry, or physics. If a boy often plays with dolls, it's better to consult a psychologist. If a girl likes to play with a boy's toys such as cars, she is very emotional and impulsive. So, while you're learning English, put a cross in the box that best describes your progressions, make sentences, and write down. I want to read books, magazines, and newspapers in English. It's a subject in my curriculum. It will help when you find a job. I want to travel abroad. I want to study abroad. I often need to speak with foreigners. I would like to watch films and TV programs in English. And which school subjects are the most important in your future profession? Mathematics, history, physics, chemistry, information technology, Russian, and the literature. So, homework will be: what are you going to do after finishing secondary school? What faculty are you going to study? And you must answer to these given questions. Which school subjects are the most important for you? Why do you choose this kind of profession? Which skills are the most important for you in your future profession? Some facts about the profession, and give some examples of profession, English language and your profession, what psychologists say about your favorite toys in childhood, how to be well prepared for your future profession. Mark the box from 1 and the most important to 4 least important. Yes, the sentence and write answer. Speaking English, writing English, reading English, understanding English when it's spoken. So you must put the most important to least important. The first one is speaking English, the second one is reading English, the third one is understanding English when it's spoken, and the fourth one is writing English maybe. So, why did you choose this kind of profession? Think, for example, model would be like that is, for example, I think I can work in the man-man sphere because I like the film, would like fond of looking after little children. So at home you must do all these